Hey everybody, the old captain here. This is a review of Bernard Chapin's Man Going His Own Way. You can find it available on Amazon, both in paperback and Kindle. I would love to show you a book, but Bern doesn't send out books. It's the Kindle, so and I would show you my laptop that I read it on, but it'd just be showing you a laptop, and then you'd have to imagine the book on there. I'll probably throw in. It's just an eagle. That's all. The book just is an eagle, and Man Going His Own Way. Now, because it is in the genre or the group of MGTOW, I was misled into thinking that it would be a deep or deeper analysis of the MGTOW movement. And I was actually kind of looking forward to it. A lot of times, like, it's not that I don't like my friends or anything like that, but everyone's writing a book. I'm writing books. I necessarily don't even have time to read it. I haven't even gotten to Rush's book yet. And usually I'll read pretty much whatever he writes. But when Bernard said he was going to tackle it, I'm like, okay, because he's written two really good books, Women, Theory and Practice, and Escape from Gangster Island. So I was like, okay, Bern is more of a philosopher, more of a deep thinker than I am, whereas I'm pretty much just straight rage. So I was like, okay, this is going to be an in-depth analysis, kind of an analytical paper. And it wasn't. It ended up becoming more of a memoir of Bern's dating life, going all the way back, not that he was dating, but the initial stages of noticing girls. He goes all the way back to, I think, about 9 years old, maybe even 6 years old. Like, oh yeah, she was cute. You know, like when men were innocent, and then he went, why can't they just don't understand why I can't find a man? Like, I don't know, they're over in the ditch. They're corpses anyway. So it's a really good book. See, it threw me off. I didn't like it because I was expecting a documentary. I wanted an analysis. I wanted to have, frankly, a mature, self-supporting man who truly is going his own way. I would like his take on it rather than a virgin towel, me too, want to be joining a club because I'm too lazy to go and work out and makes itself attractive. In other words, Bern actually went through the trial by fire. He actually went and got his ass kicked by all these girls. He figured it out. He came to the conclusion. He climbed the summit. He didn't merely say, yeah, I can see the summit from here. Nope, I don't. I got the exact same experience as somebody who climbed Mount Everest. So, whereas that's what I was expecting, you get a little bit of that towards the later third or last third of the book. But most of it is a historical memoir of Bern's dating life. Not that it isn't interesting. Bern tells great stories. Not that they're not lies. He's a great storyteller. He imbues background and context and description, and not too much. He's not too wordy. And as always, when you read one of Bern's books, you might as well bring a frickin' dictionary with you to look it up. Oh, is that what that word means? Thank you, fucking Bern. I mean, and that's all of his books. You have to, every 2 pages, you got to look up a new vocabulary word. So it's good, but whether you're going to write a memoir, okay, you'd have to call it a memoir, and that's what really threw me off, because all of a sudden I'm halfway through the book. I'm like, okay, where's the philosophy going to begin? Where are we going to actually start talking about how this ties into MGTOW? So I kind of wish he did one or the other, but I think it really more was a memoir leading up to why has Bernard gone MGTOW. Which it's not as catchy, but it would be perhaps a bit more descriptive. So if you're looking for like a high-level Gen Xer wise I hate women, because you're a pussy pedestal. If you're looking for like an actual real man who is going his own way, you'll get it at the end, but you're going to not necessarily even have to endure. It's just you're going to have to read through all of his dating experiences. Now, I've mentioned this before in my podcast, but I mention it here again, though. A lot of you older gentlemen, you probably already have gone MGTOW, or you are aware, you've taken the red pill, you're not going to get duped again. Oh, you just might, because the 2 last stories of Bern's dating life before he goes into MGTOW is he's even post-MGTOW, where he kind of dated 2 girls again. I won't ruin it for it, because the stories are actually very interesting to read unto themselves. But even after the age of, I think, 35, the last 2 gals, he just gets fucked over. And he has to deal with drama. And if you think, I remember I was 31, 32. The last girl I dated before the current, this gal just pulled back and hit me and I'm like, we're in our 30s. What the fuck? It is a reminder that they don't really ever grow up and mature. I mean, you're either mature, your dad raised you right, and at the age of 18, you will continue on to be a mature adult woman, or you're a psychopath and you will always be a psychopath. All right, it's not like I thought that maybe women grew up a little. I thought that maybe it would go away. That this stuff wasn't possible in your 40s. It is. They are. Not all of them. Drama queens, though, you got to look out. It is just as many landmines out there in the field of dating, whether you're 18 or 48. And as a man's patience wears very thin, especially in his 20s and he gets to his 30s, you think, well, maybe times are different. That's one of the main lessons I picked up from this book. They're not. The same rules that apply to men that we're trying to teach today who are 18, 19, 20 apply to men who are coming off their first divorce and are clueless as fuck betas who are coming off their, when they're 42. So I would recommend it if you're new, if you are new to this whole red pill, manosphere, MGTOW world, and, well, you don't have to be a real MGTOW. You can be a virgin TOW if you want to as well. If you're just someone who's interested in saying, okay, here's a guy's life experience, and we can talk and develop theories and draw parallels and laws and rules and theories and hypotheses. It's just also good to read a good historical documentation and account of what an individual went through. And Byrne provides this wonderfully well, and you'll either be reminded about yourself when you were younger, if you're an older guy, your current dating life, or you're going to say, is this really what's going to happen to me when I'm older? So I would recommend it. Like I said, I personally didn't like it that much because I was expecting something else. But the ratings and the reviews so far are phenomenal. It looks like Byrne hit this one out of the park. It's got 22 reviews. I think they're all 5s, or on average it's 5 stars. And that's as high as you can go. So yeah, it's looking like the votes are in. My personal qualms about it aside, looks like everybody does like it. So yeah, if you're looking for a book to buy, absolutely go buy it. All right, that's all we got. Toodles.